Hello guys, welcome to my channel Data Engineering. Today we will learn about how to create a pipeline. This is our first pipeline. We will learn this to copy customer table data from SQL database to Azure Data Lake Storage system. So first of all, what is pipeline? Pipeline takes source data and load into target systems. We have many like this is Azure Data Factory is like a ETL tool. This can connect to multiple source systems and multiple target systems. So our job will be easier to connect and load the data, to extract the data. So for this purpose, we have this utility. With this, we can able to copy data from any source system to target systems. So let's take one example here. I'm going to explain this. For example, in Azure Data Factory, we will have different kind of activities. First one is, let's say, copy activity. What this copy activity will do? This copy activity take source data and load into target systems. So here the source is some system and the target is another system. We want to take customer table data from Azure SQL database, which we created in our earlier videos. If you open this SQL database, open this database and query editor, let's query this. Okay, first connect to this database. Let's query this customer table data. Here we can see customer data. I want to copy this customer data to storage account, one of the storage account, that is over here. Let me open that storage account also. In data lake, I want to copy customer data to data lake. This is my data lake project ADE ADLS1. Here we will have containers, landing container, and in this landing container I am having this customer folder. Here I want to copy that customer data. So to do this, what I have to do, if there is no ETL tool, then maybe we have to write some Java program to extract this customer table data and write some batch program to copy that to this particular location. So this takes so much of time. We have to write so many classes to pull and copy over here. Instead of doing all these things, we have an utility in Azure Data Factory. From there we can copy in minutes. Just we have to mention where is the source system, where is the target system, which activity we have to do. That's it. So that's what here. This is one of the activity copy. We want to take customer table data from source system and push to target system, that is ADLS under customer folder. So we know like what is source system. Source system is a database. This is SQL database and here target is ADLS. This is fine. Now our question is how to connect to this SQL database. To connect to this SQL database, we have to provide connection details to this copy activity. So from where we can provide that connection details? For that we have to create one object that is called linked service. Linked service which will connect to SQL database. Similarly, again we have to create one more linked service which will connect to ADLS system. Now we understand linked service is nothing but it contains connection details. It can connect to source and target systems. So okay, so now we have connected to source system. Now my question is which data we have to pick. For that answer is table. The table is customer table. So source data is customer, and coming to the target, where to copy, like which folder is there, and in which folder we have to copy this customer data. For example, I will say landing and customer. So this is my folder present in landing container. I want to copy this customer data to over here. Okay, now I got it. So if I take copy activity, I have to create one linked service to connect to SQL database, and to pick customer data, we have to create a data set. The data set is nothing but reference of what to take. So my source data is customers. So I have to create a data set which should point to this customer. Again, same goes for target also. I have to create a data set which points to particular folder. If we do all these things, then we have to simply connect from here to let me take some controls over here. Okay, so now we can imagine that we have to take this particular source data with this linked service with this data set and transfer that to target system with this linked service with this data set. This is all about copy activity. So coming to our Azure Data Factory, I will show you how to open Azure Data Factory now. We will create this particular flow in Azure Data Factory, and this flow is nothing but a pipeline at our side. So go to Data Factories, this one which we created in our earlier session. This is one of the service. I can say like it's a software package where we can develop our code. Go to author tab, go to pipeline. Before that, in the diagram what I shown over here, this one, we have to create a linked service to connect to SQL database, again linked service to connect to ADLS. So let's create linked service first. To create linked service, go to manage tab. Here we can create a linked service. Our source system is SQL DB, so select that one, click on continue. Here it is linked service ls underscore SQL DB. Our project database name is project DB. Next, we have to select auto integration runtime. From Azure subscription, take this one, and the server name shows automatically over here, and the database name is project DB1. SQL authentication is this one, and our user is this one, SS admin, and the password is Next, test connection. Connection is successful. Let's create this one. So linked service got created. That is nothing but this one. With this we are able to connect to project DB1 database. Now I want to create a similar linked service which should connect to ADLS system. Now let's create one more linked service to connect to that. Now our target system is Data Factory. That is nothing but, sorry, not Data Factory, Azure Data Lake. This one, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Click on continue. Now this one is ls linked service underscore ADLS underscore project ADLS. Now we want to point to landing container customer folder. Storage container is this one, project DADLS1. Click on create. Okay, we should test this connection actually. Okay, let me open this again. Let me test this. Connection is successful. So we are able to connect this data lake with this linked service. Now the connections are successfully created. This part got completed linked service. Now we are able to connect source and target systems. Now we want to pull customer table data. So for that we have to create a data set which points to customer table. Again, one more data set to point to particular folder in ADLS. So let's create data sets now. To create data sets, we have to go back to author tab. In dataset section, go over here, create a new data set. Again, our source dataset is SQL DB. Select that one, click on continue. Here we can see the name got populated automatically. I am giving name as dataset underscore SQL DB underscore customer. My linked service is here. Now tables are populated. Select the required table. This one, select sales LT.customer. Click on OK. Now we can able to see this data set got created, which is pointing to customer table. If we want to see test connection, again we can do that over here also. We can preview the data also. See, whatever we have seen in database, this data we are able to see the same in Data Factory under a data set. This is customer table data. Now let me create one more data set for target system, that is Data Lake Gen 2. Click on continue, and I want this data set to be copied in CSV format. That's why I'm selecting this delimited text. Click on continue. Dataset underscore ADLS customer CSV. Now select linked service which we created earlier. Here we can browse the path. Landing container and the customer table. If you want, we can keep a file name over here, otherwise that pipeline itself creates this file name. Click on OK. Now we got two datasets. So in this part we already completed dataset for customer, dataset for particular folder inside a container, and what is the format of that dataset. Now next activity is copy activity that picks this one and push over here. So let's take copy activity. To create any activity, first we have to create a pipeline. Go to pipeline. Here I am mentioning like PL underscore copy customer to ADLS. Let's take copy activity. Here we can rename this copy customer to ADLS. Source system is this dataset. What is the dataset? This one, DS SQL DB customer, and use query as table. Sync is DS ADLS customer underscore CSV. So we can preview data again over here. This data get copied over there. Now everything got set up. To run this, we can click on debug. Now this is getting executed. Succeeded. We can preview it over here. Here we can see 847 rows read and 847 rows written from SQL database to Data Lake Gen 2 storage system. We can verify results over here. Go to our here in storage account data lake, refresh it. Here we can see that customer data. Click on view and edit. See, whatever table is having, all the data got copied over to ADLS. 847 rows. I hope you understand this concept. Like this way, we can copy data from one system to another system. This is about pipeline, datasets and linked services. To save this code, we have to click on publish all. We can see over here pipeline datasets. And in managed service also, we created two linked services. Like this way, we can create a new pipeline to copy data from one source system to another target system. This is about pipeline. It's a simple pipeline, but in real time, we will see many kind of activities in the pipeline, which are useful for extracting, transforming, and loading into target system. Thank you guys. I will catch you in next video. Bye.